being out here, and Colin is actually going to be our moderator. You all know how the debates go. Everyone will have 2 minutes to introduce themselves and 1 minute to answer the questions. We're going to have personnel, marketing and promotions, and outreach directors debate today. So we'll go through them in order. Make sure, again, as a special reminder, to please not engage in any negative campaigning. If you're found to be engaging in negative campaigning, you will receive a violation. So lastly, thank you to everyone that's here. We hope you enjoyed the debates. If I can have Colin come up to moderate, and if I can also have the personnel candidates come up, that'll be Chris Castorena from YOUCR and Emily Yang from Our Voice.
Thank you, Abraham. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully the wind won't make everything fly away before we go ahead and get started. I'd like to say thank you to the HUB for letting us use the space. Thank you to ASUCR Elections Committee for organizing this debate. Thank you for the Highlander who is here videoing the event. And thank you for everybody here who is in the audience for showing up and visiting. As Abraham mentioned, we're going to go ahead and get started with the personnel director candidates. Again, we'll remind candidates to keep their responses civil, and there is a 2-minute limit on the responses to the questions after we do a 1-minute introduction. And I think without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So first, we'll start with Chris Castorena, the YOUCR party. 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Hello? Oh, wonderful. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Castorena, and I am a third-year political science, international affairs, and ethnic studies double major, and I'm running with the YOUCR party. Thank you. I am running for personnel director to further publicize the position, because I'm sure a lot of us here that aren't involved in ASUCR don't actually know what the position entails. You know, the first step was sending out campus emails, and that was a wonderful first step. And I would like to take it to the second, third, you know, and fourth degree to make sure that everybody knows exactly what it entails, and to make sure that we're putting the right people in those positions on the committees, and really transforming campus to see, you know, the vision that we all have and the vision that each and everybody in my party has. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello. Oh. Thank you very much, Chris Castorena. And now Emily Young of the Our Voice party.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Yang, and I'm going to be your next personnel director. So let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I am currently a third-year business administration major. I am very active on campus, and I have held various leadership positions. I am currently a resident advisor at the Stonehaven community. I have held 3 positions within Delta Sigma Pi, which is a professional co-ed business fraternity, and it eventually led me to my current position as president of the Professional Fraternity Council. So what exactly does this mean? It means that I have experience opening doors of opportunity for students to get involved, and that's exactly what this personnel director position does. The personnel director acts as a facilitator of students to get involved on campus and for them to advocate for positive changes to administration. The current party that I'm running with is Our Voice, and we stand by the pillars: pride, progress, and empowerment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, for your introductions. Before I get started with the questions, I'd like to remind everybody that you may submit questions to a member of the Elections Committee, and those questions have a chance of being asked later in the debates. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with questions then. And I think the first question will be directed to Chris Castorena. And the first question is, how do you plan on communicating I'm sorry, that's the wrong question. If you were elected as personnel director, what new ways would you try to publicize openings within ASUCR? Chris Castorena first.
Hello. What about, I really like that you stood. I'm going to do the same thing. So, further publication, obviously, is something that I mentioned in my introduction. one way to take that a step further is to really reach out to our community and table, to be increased visibility, to know to have everybody know exactly what committees there are, because we have a myriad of committees here on campus that are incredibly important and could be incredibly more, so much more impactful for our campus and each and every individual here. But not everybody knows about it, like I mentioned. So I want to make sure that everybody here knows. Furthermore, not even just tabling, but having open office hours, opening up my schedule at any time to make sure people know that I'm an approachable individual and that I'm there, to help them, and not even just going through resumes, but having one-on-one interviews with these individuals who want to have it. That's one of the most important things we should do, and that's what I will do as your personnel director. I will reach out and engage with our public to make sure, again, that they know what committees are available, because we have so many resources here available, but not everybody knows about them. And that's what I will do as personnel director. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris Castorena. Emily Young of Our Voice.
Definitely. I think a great way to really publicize the positions that we have available within the committees is, well, aside from emailing, which is what we currently do, is to also be aware and promote the committees that we do have available. So we have over 20 not executive members, but people who are involved within ASUCR, and what's very important is that they also are aware of the committees that are available as well, and what positions are available within them, so that they can also advocate for students to get involved within those committees. Another way is to definitely just to flyer, to talk to our friends, talk to our peers, and table every Wednesday. I believe that we have, sometimes we have ASUCR tables so that we can really get the student body voicing the opinions and some of the changes that they can see on campus. And if we do table every Wednesday, we can promote the committees that we have available every single Wednesday, and that would definitely increase the awareness of how of what committees are available and how students can get involved within those committees. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. The next question that I have is, if you serve as personnel director, you'll be partly in charge of helping staff all the committees of ASUCR. And so my question is regarding committees, and that is basically, which committee do you think needs more focus than it has been receiving during the past year? And why do you think it needs more focus? And we'll start with Emily on this question.
Hello? Okay. Definitely. That is a very great question. I believe the committee that needs the most focus is the Campus Safety Committee. The Campus Safety Committee is very important because just throughout the years that I have been at UCR, I have seen substantial improvement within the measures that UCR has taken to improve our safety. So for example, the point-to-point shuttle system, our campus safety escort system, and even the blue poles that are installed throughout campus, it all really ensures that we are doing what we can to ensure that students feel safe within our university, because without safety, students cannot focus on their studies, they cannot be sound asleep at night. So I believe that the Campus Safety Committee is definitely one of the most important and needs to be focused on so that we can increase the safety on our campus.
Thank you, Emily. And Chris Castorena of YOUCR.
Thank you. I think one of the most important committees here on our campus is the sexual assault prevention. And as a fraternity man, I'm currently the president of Delta Chi, where I lead an esteemed group of 50 plus individuals. You may have seen us out on the It's On Us launch event, supporting that, supporting the Survivors Bill of Rights event that we did last quarter. The gentleman and I, we really care about sexual assault prevention, and as fraternity men, we realize what a pressing issue this is. I want to make sure that we further develop that, where it's survivor-centered, where we're not only just educating, all of these students on campus, but we're educating our administration, because there have been you know, a bunch of mishaps in what administration has said, not only on campus but campus nationwide. And one of the biggest things is it starts from the top and it needs to trickle down. And if I'm running as your personnel director, I'll make sure that that is one of my main focuses, because again, like I said, I realize how important that is. And in order to, you know, increase, you know, better campus climate here, that's where we need to start. And I think, again, that is a great stepping stone to, you know, reach the vision that we all see. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris Castorena. When students are applying for openings on committees, they obviously have to fill out an application and go through an application process before they can join. And so I was curious as to what changes you think need to be made to the application process for students. And we'll start with Chris Castorena.
Thank you. I think the biggest change is it needs to become more personable. And what I mean is, you know, really getting to know the individuals who are applying and not just sifting through resumes. You know, I really want to get to know the individuals and figure out whether, you know, they have the character and the work ethic needed for us to really grow each committee and have it be where they all should be. And you know, that goes with increasing visibility of the position, which is one of the things that I plan to do by leaps and bounds. You know, I want to make sure that we are getting the right individuals for each position. And by doing that, again, is by being more personable, more approachable each and every day, and having people know that you know, how important these committees are and how powerful they can be. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris Castorena. Same question to Emily Young of Our Voice.
Thank you. That is definitely a very important question, because as a personnel director, you would definitely, you know, need to take that into consideration when actually picking the students that are involved, like which students are going to be involved in which committees. I believe for the application process, the first thing that I would really do is to speak to the committee chairs. For the committee chairs, sometimes they specifically look for first-year students or fourth-year students, but I will ask them, like, why exactly is it that they look for specific students? Because, you know, like, are they looking for specific skills, or are they looking for, like, a new perspective? So what exactly is it that they are looking for within that committee? And to send out those emails so that students know exactly, like, what is it that that the committee chairs are looking for when selecting the positions. So I also wanted to say that, like, you know, students can definitely, like, just submit a resume, and a resume is just a piece of paper that exactly tells you what experience you've held. But I do not believe that experience is what dictates like whether or not you should be like selected for a committee or not, because I believe in order to really do my position or do the personnel director's position well, you have to genuinely care about the development within the students. And in order to really care about the students, they have to ensure that the students are developing also. So picking the students that really have the passion, that really have the drive for development on this campus, and the drive for their own personal development. So I believe that you know, by picking the students who are most qualified and that they are driven what they're most passionate about, and yeah, so that they can take on leadership roles within those committees as well.
Thank you, Emily Young. The bylaws state that the personnel director must fill vacant committee appointments over the summer months. Obviously, this can be a bit difficult. Many students go home over the summer. Of course, there are students who are here for summer session, but many students do go home or are not as necessarily involved with campus activities over the summer months. How would you ensure that these committee positions are filled over the summer? Emily Young first.
Hello? Okay. I will ensure that these committee positions are fulfilled basically asking exactly what is it the chair need again. So is it that the students need to be active over summer so that they can complete a summer project, or is it that they need to kickstart a project before the school year actually starts? So what I will do to ensure that those committee positions are fulfilled is to just definitely talk to the students who are here in the Riverside community, not necessarily taking summer school, but just who are in the community in general. Like, what is it that they're looking for? What projects are they looking for? And then just reaching out. The best way to reach out to any students is just to talk to them, to see what drives them, to see what they're passionate about, and to see, and as with the personnel director position, I would know exactly what committees are available and to just fit them into where exactly they belong, where they can seek growth for this campus for themselves. So it really depends on who's here during the summer, not necessarily just at school, like I was saying, but just inside the Riverside community or even nearby, whoever has the desire to be involved, the desire to drive for a better campus.
Thank you, Emily. And Chris Castellano. Yeah. The question is that the bylaws state that the personnel director must fill vacant committee appointments over the summer months. What would you do as personnel director to make sure that these committee appointments are fulfilled?
Yeah, sure. So we all know that we have a bunch of incredibly passionate individuals here on our campus. And I feel like, especially with the committees the way they're set up, there's vacant spots. They will, also know individuals who are hungry and want to, increase the work of each committee, whether it's, GCAP, or the Sexual Assault Prevention Committee, or Student Health. Those three are incredibly important committees, and there's so many more. But really, I don't think it should be a problem with filling these, because again, we have so many great individuals on this campus who are already looking to do all these great changes. Outreach is incredibly important. Going out and talking to individuals and seeing what they're passionate about. And again, I don't think it'll be a problem finding passionate individuals, especially over summer, because we have a good amount of individual students that stay, go to summer school and they'll live in the area. Thank you.
Our last question for our personnel director candidates is the audience submitted question, and it is, how do you intend to reach out to the student body and bridge the gap between ASUCR and the rest of the student body? We'll begin with Chris Castellano.
So one of the biggest things is transparency. We say this year in, year out. I can assure you each and every individual on the YOUCR party, including myself, is looking to be out there and really have the student body know who we are and know what we're doing. Like I mentioned earlier, the personnel director is a position that not too many people know. Like, in reality, how many of these people walking around, how many of my fellow peers know what the personnel director does? Exactly. And that's what I'm here for. I want to make sure that each and everybody knows what my position is, knows who I am, and that's across the board in my slate, my party slate. We all want everybody to know who we are, to be more approachable, know what our positions do. And with the personnel director, it's outreach, it's tabling, it's communicating with my constituents, and making sure that I am meeting all of their needs, because there's over 400 student organizations here on our campus, and I want to make sure that I'm representing them, that YOUCR is representing them. That's why I'm here, and that's what I like to do with the position. And also I want to bring youth to the position as well, to committees as well. I like to have at least one first year on each committee. So we're developing our leaders of tomorrow. And in order, thank you. We need to do that in order, to improve campus climate and groom our leaders of tomorrow, like I said. And that's incredibly important for the future of everyone here, future of UCR. Thank you.
Thank you. And Emily Young. Yes. The question is, how do you intend to reach out to the student body and bridge the gap between ASUCR and the rest of the student body?
Hello? Okay. Hi. So definitely a great question. I believe that there is definitely a gap between ASUCR and like what exactly the student body is looking from ASUCR. No, what like I've spoken to some peers like, oh, what is it that ASUCR does? It's like I know that students may know like, oh, they instill pride because we passed out our gear, which is an incredible project that we worked on this year. But but there are 89 committees available to get involved in with ASUCR. 89, and all those committees may be looking for positions. And to bridge that gap, I would really just promote talking to the students and referring back to the question at first. What is it I could do to really promote the committees that are available is to table every Wednesday. Just tabling, being out there, like letting students know that ASUCR is here. Like we represent everyone on our campus, and we would like to be elected because we want to empower the students so that they feel as if they can have their voice heard. So I believe that the best way to bridge is just transparency, letting them know exactly what we are doing, sending out emails, tabling, just speaking to the students. The more we speak about this experience that we hold within ASUCR, then that would be a dramatic difference in the long run. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily, and thank you to both of our personnel director candidates, Chris Castorena of YOUCR and Emily Young of Our Voice. Thank you very much.
Okay, next up, we're going to have the Marketing and Promotion Director candidates come up. So if I can please have Hector Huerta from PAC, Catherine Chang from Our Voice, and Amy Chen from YOUCR, please. Thank you.
Thank you to all the Marketing and Promotions Director candidates for coming. And I'm going to go ahead and just remind everybody to please keep, we'll do introductions first, have 1 minute introductions. And we'll go ahead and start off with Hector Huerta.
I love you, Hector! First off, thank you everybody for coming. My name is Hector Huerta. I'm a 4th year business and administration student with an emphasis in information systems. I'm running for a director of marketing. One of the reasons why I want to run for this position is to promote our school, to promote our events, to promote, to have everybody aware of what's going on campus. I feel that there's a lack of promotion on campus, events, and also I believe I bring a lot to the table. I'm part of Nu Alpha Kappa. I run currently their social media, and I believe that I can bring a lot to the table.
Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Chang, and I am your next Marketing and Promotions Director. I'm currently a 2nd year Media and Cultural Studies major, and I am currently involved in ASPB and a member of Acts 2 Fellowship. So from an early age, my dad has always taught me to speak my mind and voice my opinions. He has also taught me to never let one mistake dictate my next action. As your marketing director, it is important to be creative, to be innovative, and to be the bridge between student government and the 400 organizations on campus. Being a part of Our Voice means that we are committed to the 3 pillars of pride, progress, and empowerment. So let's combine your voice and my voice to create our voice, and let's have our voice be heard. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello? Okay. Hi, my name is Amy Chen, and I'm a 1st year pre-business student, and I'm running for Marketing Promotions Director with the YOUCR party. I've been involved in campus since the beginning because of the love and passion I have for UCR. I'm currently involved in the Highlander newspaper. I'm working on a recruitment project with the Red Cross, and I'm currently in ASUCR's marketing committee. And the thing about marketing is that it's not only about having the best strategies and having the best design, it's also about
understanding who you're being of service to. And so I think I would do great things being the marketing director. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and remind everybody that when we start with the questions, please keep your responses limited to 2 minutes per question, and also please keep your responses simple. And a reminder to everybody out there who is watching, you may submit your questions to a member of the elections committee, and there's a chance that they may be asked later in the debate. All right. And so the first question I wanted to ask will be directed to Catherine. And the question is, how do you plan on communicating the activities of ASUCR effectively to students?
Hello?
So my involvement in ASPB has allowed me to really see how we market campus entertainment. For example, we do block party and we have Spring Splash coming up. And honestly, we do a great job at it. And by incorporating those skills into the office in ASUCR, I want to implement that strategy that we use in ASPB to the office in ASUCR.
Thank you. And Amy Chen of YOUCR? Would you like me to repeat the question? The question is, how do you plan on communicating the activities of ASUCR effectively to students?
Yes. Okay. So being in the marketing committee this year, we have all our different social media outlets, and we also promote our events on campus through flyers. And I believe that we should continue doing that, but we should also outreach to other clubs and organizations and give them the marketing resources that they might not have. And so, because their events and ideas and are all important to the campus and are just as important as the events that we promote, that ASUCR promotes to the students.
Thank you, Amy Chen. And finally, Hector Huerta of POC. The question is, how do you plan on communicating the activities of ASUCR effectively to students?
Right now, ASUCR does use a pretty good social media platform. I think one of the main things is knowing where the students are, being able to look at the data and see when is best time to actually market to students, using different formats like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're also on campus looking at different outlets and best identify where is the best place to put advertisements and to be able to promote to students. Because one of the main things is seeing what we're promoting and getting most students aware of it. So we want to make sure that we target and get the most students as possible to know where we are, what we think we're promoting.
Thank you very much. The next question centers on ASUCR's website. And basically the question is pretty straightforward. What changes do you think need to be made to ASUCR's website? And we'll start with Amy Chen of YOUCR.
What I think that could be improved on the website is that we should have a section where every week the marketing director would say what has ASUCR been doing this week and what accomplishments, and also the mistakes as well, so that students know that how we're improving and how we're doing, as well as and that builds the trust from the students and the student body.
Thank you, Amy Chen. Hector Huerta, your response.
One thing I would change on there or actually include would be a place where we can get more information for student organizations. Use it as a way where we can use that platform as promotion and make sure that students and other organizations on campus know how to best access not only ASUCR but the rest of the campus, and use us as a format to get everything, our voice out, our voice heard, and be able to make those changes.
Thank you very much. Catherine Chen.
So I know that the website this year hasn't been up since till the beginning of winter quarter. So I would make sure that it is put up before school starts, which is fall quarter, because as a marketing director, we work in the summer, so I want to finish that. And also, I want to make it into a Web 2.0, which means that it is interactive, and that means instead of just giving you information, you can also give us information on the website as well.
Thank you very much, Catherine Chang. This question is more in regards to the inner workings of the committee and making sure that the products that the committee puts out go out in a timely fashion. I guess the question basically is, how would you ensure that the communications and designs that are created by the marketing and promotions director and the committee itself are both professional and punctual? And we'll start with Hector Horn.
I think the most important thing right there is setting schedules, making sure that everybody in the committee is on top of their game, make sure that they understand what their responsibilities are, and being able to, as head of the committee, the marketing committee, make sure that everybody's on top of what they have to do, and be able to make sure that it also targets the most students as possible, and we can get it out on time.
I was going to ask briefly, just how would you do that?
I think the best thing for me would be setting up, make sure I'm on the same page as everybody else on my committee. Being able to lead by action, also make sure that I have a set schedule and know that everybody, what their responsibilities are, and give them those schedules and make sure that we get those out on time.
Thank you. Catherine Chen? Yes. The question is, how will you ensure that the communications and designs created by the Marketing and Promotions Committee are both professional and punctual?
So basically what I would do is have people come into my office and schedule an appointment with me, sit down with me, so we can both sketch out an idea of what they want me to market out to the public, and that way we have the same picture. And also I would have to have prior deadlines. So if they want me to finish a project, it has to be like a month, or they tell me a month before, and then 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after, like, we would have another draft, and then the final draft before it's due.
Thank you, Catherine Chen. And Amy Chen.
Okay. So first and foremost, I think there should be weekly meetings where the whole committee comes together and make sure they know what's happening and what events are coming up, and then also that we collaborate with the whole office to make sure that they give us the events on a timely manner and on a timely manner, and so that everything could be executed in a timely manner and in a professional way.
Thank you. The last question that I have before we move on to the audience submitted question is, what improvements, if any, do you think need to be made to ASUCR's use of social media? And we'll go ahead and start with Catherine Chang.
Okay. So we already have like a lot of social media outlets out there. Like we send our mails, we have Instagram, Facebook, etc. But one thing that I really see is we have this app called Bentful, and not a lot of students know about it or use it right now. And I would want to market that product out there more and promote that so students can know or download the app and have an app where it tells you all the events that go on in school, and that way it's better for everyone.
And Amy Chen.
I think right now our social media platforms have improved over several years, and but I think it could be more interactive, that we would post more often, and that we would ask questions to the students, and also yeah.
Thank you. And Hector Boyd.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. The question is just simply, what improvements, if any, do you think need to be made to ASUCR's use of social media?
right now I believe they do an excellent job with the social media. However, one of the things I would like to use is more the data on back of the social media, making sure that we are targeting the most students possible. We want to make sure that every picture we post, everything we post is seen by the most students. So being able to look at the data of when is the best time to put out a post, put out a picture, to make sure it targets the most students, that's what is really needed, and we want to make sure that we use those as much as possible, not only for ASUCR events, of course, but we want to make this also a platform for other organizations on campus and utilize that to promote everything on campus that needs to be promoted, and have most students get access to it as possible.
Thank you, Dr. Horton. Our last question is the audience submitted question, and is, how will you make sure that all the ethnically diverse programs on campus are equally represented? And we'll start this question with Amy Chen.
So this goes back to reaching out to other organizations and campuses, or other organizations and clubs, and allow them to use the resources we have at ASUCR so that they can promote their ideas and their projects and their events. And so in that way we have a diverse group of events and a diverse group of thinking.
Thank you, Amy Chen. Catherine Chen.
Hello. Okay. So the core of a marketing director is being a facilitator and being the messenger between student government and different organizations. So I would outreach to ethnic groups, and then focus on have focus groups, and then make sure that their markets will be out there. And for example, like this is an ASBB pen. And it's a promotional item, and we can do this for organizations as well. But if you open it, it's like you can see like the different divisions we have, and in the back it's like how to get involved. So something like this would be like a really efficient and useful way to give out for promotional items in ethnic groups and when they want to market their organization.
Thank you very much. And lastly,
One of the things I believe we would need to do is bring them to the table, make sure that their voice is heard, as well as any other student on campus, and being able to have them access our facilities and use our social media to be able to promote their events as well, and making sure that as director of marketing that they're heard and that they know that we're here for them.
thank you very much. And thank you to all of our marketing and promotions director candidates, Hector Huerta of PAC, Catherine Ching of Our Voice, and Amy Cheng of YOUCR. Thank you very much.
Okay, so next up, we're gonna have the outreach directors come up, but first I wanna give a reminder, please, when you're talking on the microphone, hold it up to your mouth like this so that everyone can actually hear you. So if I can have Kevin Chan from Our Voice come up. Beatriz Bermudez from PAC. And Sunana Shore from YOUCR.
Sunana. Thank you everybody for coming up. Again, I'm going to remind everybody that you may have a 1 minute for your introduction, and we'll go ahead and get started from my right to my left. So, Kevin Chen. Sorry, my apologies.
Hello? Hello, my name is Kevin Chow, and I'm currently a third year studying sociology and law and society. Now, I'd first like to start off by asking all a question. Who here, by a show of hands, picked UCR as their first choice? Look around you, look around you. Not many people raise their hands. And I want to change that. I want to have every individual here to raise their hands. Now, why? UCR currently holds a negative social stigma that I want to change as outreach director. we have to start off somewhere, and that somewhere is the younger generation, the high schoolers, the middle schoolers, the elementary students. We have to show them what UCR has to offer, and I want to instill the pride. I want them to see the progress that UCR has made. I want to empower them as students. I want them to strive for higher education, and once they apply for college, I want them to come here to UCR.
Hi everyone, my name is Beatriz and I'm running for Outreach Director with the PAC Party. The reason I want to become your next Outreach Director is because through my involvement as a transfer student, I do want to throw that out there. I am a third-year transfer student. I'm a political science international relations major, and I believe that through my experience as a transfer student, I can understand what it's like coming onto this campus and not really feeling that you have all those resources available to you. I know what it's like to come in and not really know where everything's around, not really know what ASUCR has to do, not really know what resources are available not only to transfer students but to other marginalized students, the students of color. And I want to make those resources available not only for you to know where they're at, but for us to actively be out there and seeking you, for you not to have to make all the effort. And my name is Beatrice. I'm running for your Outreach Director with the PAC Party. Pride, Action, Change.
Hi all, my name is Sunana Shore and I'm running with YLUCR, and I am a second-year pre-business major, and personally I love ASUCR. I've been interested and passionate about it before I even came to UCR. So before I came here, I was excited to go to UCR just because they had so many opportunities available for people who didn't even go there. They were having classes to just do art or do anything at UCR without even going here. So I would like to create more opportunity like that and have more events for people in our community to come to UCR and join UCR students. So just more community involvement with UCR students is what I would like to see. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for your introductions. Again, a reminder that all candidates have 2 minutes to answer the response questions, and to please keep your responses civil. And one final reminder for the audience that this is your last chance to get a question submitted to be asked during this debate. So please be sure to find a member of the Elections Committee and submit your question. All right. My first question for the Outreach Director candidates, as many of you mentioned that there are groups on campus that you'd like to get in touch with, and so my question is, which groups specifically do you believe need to see more outreach from ASUCR, and what would you do to try to reach out to them? And we'll start with Beatriz.
So currently I'm already involved with some programs that are in Chicano student programs such as Mecha. I've also been involved with Semana de la Mujer, if any of you went or heard of Mujer Monologues. And I want to be able to be involved with more of those, but also make all of those resources, like I said, available to transfer students. I believe that the marginalized students in this community and on this campus need to be targeted more, not just if you're a student of color, if you're a transfer student, but I'm talking about if you're a commuter student, if you're a re-entry student, which means that you're older than the normal transfer student, if you're parents. All those kinds of students I feel aren't always targeted because we're not the traditional idea of what a college student is, and I believe those are the students that we should target the most with outreach. As Outreach Director, part of my position is to do my own outreach events, as opposed not only to help the groups that are already on campus. So that's what I want to do. I want to be able to bring events and host them on campus, to be able to bring transfer students that are in the fall and right away let them know all the orgs that are available for them. I don't know if any of you know or if any of you out there are transfer students, but the experience that you have as a transfer student during orientation is completely different than the one that is offered for freshmen. There is no tabling by anyone. We don't know the orgs or the clubs until weeks into fall quarter, and I think that's something that needs to completely change. If we want students to come to UCR and feel like this is their first choice option, that we need to show them that we want them here, not only as freshmen, but as transfer students as well.
Thank you, Beatriz. Sunana Shore.
Hi. So UCR is commuter-based, and most of our students here are commuters. I would personally like to target these commuters and transfer students who have to stay on campus all day and they don't have a place to hang out or socialize with others, just like people who live here at the dorms or things like that. So one of the things that I would like to do is maybe we should have an event, maybe at the Bear Stand, or something just specifically for commuters or transfer students to be in one area and socialize with each other and just inform them that we have these events at school and kind of give them something to look forward to when they come to UCR, because most commuters aren't interested. They want to get to class and get back. I mean, they don't have anything to look forward to. So we should have specific events just for them to get them involved, and that's going to help our involvement overall at UCR.
Thank you, Sunana. And last, Kevin Chow. Yeah.
I would definitely agree with these two fine ladies. It would definitely be the commuters. Why the commuters? It's because they come to school and they leave. They go back home. They don't really enjoy the college experience. I've met commuters, their second years, where they've joined organizations and that have changed their lives, that changed their whole perspective on college. We're here as outreach directors to change lives, not only the high school students and younger generation, but also the people on campus. So the lives that I want to change are the commuters. Currently, we're rearranging the commuters lounge, and I don't believe that's enough. I believe that commuters should have somewhere and some place that all they can hang out and do. Commuter lounge, they come there, they rest, and then for the next class. That's not enough. We have clubs and organizations where we meet up every single week or bi-weekly, and I want that for commuters as well, because that gives them a place, that gives them a home away from home, and that's what organizations and clubs try to do within UCR.
Thank you very much, Kevin Chow. My next question has to do with the allocation of outreach funds, which is something that the outreach director has unique control over. And it has to do with just how those funds are allocated. So what changes, if any, need to be made to the application for outreach funds? And we'll start with Kevin Chow.
Being the current outreach director within the Vietnamese Student Association, I've actually gone through the ropes of the application process. I've actually made the initiative to talk to the current outreach director, Jessica, and I've actually asked her, or she actually told me what she did to make the difference between the application process. It used to be a 5-page process, but ever since Jessica came in, she made it a 2-page process with the application process. The things that I would make different for the application process is that I would definitely get word out there. I know the ropes. I've been through what Jessica has gone through, and I've talked to her and I see what she has to do. For the allocation of the money, outreach directors, they do have the power of see what organization needs, what outreach director needs allocated more to. So receiving the application, I would like to see what needs to be more funded. And through those applications, they list 1, 2, and 3. First of all, to make sure that we affect every single student, every single high school student, I would hit that number 1 category. Because without that number 1 category, those outreach programs would not be able to happen. And then afterwards, I know this current year, we had $5,000 to allocate. As a Vietnamese Student Association, last year we had 700 allocated to us. This year, we had 2,600 allocated to us, and we had a 300% increase within our attendance rate. I know the ropes. I can see what clubs needs it the most, and of course, we are trying to influence every single students out there and give them the opportunities and show them what UCR has to offer them.
Beatriz Bermudez?
I've also taken an initiative to talk to Jessica Opides, which is the current outreach director. And she, on just the 1 year that she's been the current outreach director, she has changed the application process to make it so much easier for organizations and clubs to go and get funding. She's also changed the process in order for these clubs to actually have to get support from some kind of resource center, as opposed to just saying it. They have to actually get approval from them. And I think this is great because it gives them, these clubs and organizations, another resource and another person backing them up and making sure that they can come through and make their events really effective for whatever community they're targeting. I don't know if I would change the application process. Like I said, it's become very easy for clubs in order to access it. But one thing I would change is going directly to the clubs and not making it a one-way street. I want to go to them and teach them what the application process is. Show them that it's different from what it was in the past, that it's a lot easier for them to access money, and let them know that I want to encourage them to host events. not only wait in my office. I do want to I want to re-implement office hours for these clubs and organizations to come and find me and not just have to send out an email into a void that they may never get a response from. I do want to make it easier for all these clubs that sometimes don't host events. I want to target those clubs that I see that haven't hosted events in the past. So that way money is allocated and dispersed through different groups. If you think that your club and organization maybe has no reason to host an event, you can come talk to me and we can think of ideas, just to get the voice out there, not only to outside of the community of the Riverside campus, but to let the students on campus know that you are a club active. If the salsa club wants to have an event to bring adults from off campus, or just to let the student body know that they are here, any of those small organizations that feel that they have no support, I want to show them that I am here for them.
Thank you. And lastly, Sunana Shore.
So on our website, we do have a whole section for outreach, and that is a great way to relay information to all the organizations at one time and have the same communication process, because I would just like to make more organizations aware that all the information that you need is online, and because most people don't know that it's that easy. So I just want to make them more aware of the process. And as far as how much money goes out to each club or organization, each club on campus is equal, and I feel like there should be no priority in who gets more money. And it's all according to the reason and how much it's going to benefit the students within that club. And that is what I would like to see. It's just my word. Thank you.
Thank you. According to the most recent statistics for students that have been enrolled in UCR, 17% of enrolled students who enrolled in 2014 came from Riverside County. That's more than any other county in California except for Los Angeles County, which has a much larger population. So the question is, what would you do to improve ties between UCR and feeder schools, such as primary and secondary schools that are in the community? And we'll start with Sunana Shore.
So again, we have over 400 clubs on campus, and say for example UCSD, we don't have a lot of connections from UCR, and so I'm sure UCSD has many clubs and organizations. What we should do is match them and say if there is say a nature club at UCSD, they should match up with a nature club here, and they should join together and do events together. So like that, we should promote different schools and put them all in one place. Which we can do is, hold events at UCR and say, hey, out of all these UCs, you guys can all come here for this one particular action and do this together. And that would create more bonding throughout all UCs, and that would help.
So I think it's really important that we do target the Riverside community, not only because a large population of our student body comes from this community, but because we are here, and we need to let the community know that we're not just coming in and being here for 4 years and coming out. We're going to be here, we're going to make a positive impact, and we're here to help them as well. But apart from that, I also want to make sure that we don't limit ourselves. I want to make sure that we target communities outside of the Riverside County. Currently, I am an avid tutor for a middle school in Moreno Valley, and I can see how difficult it is for those kids to get motivated to not only go to high school and graduate, but to even think about going to college, whether that's going to community college and then transferring into other UCs or other Cal States. So I want to make sure that we target those younger generations. We get those students, we get outreach events for young girls who want to be in the sciences and engineering departments. We target those middle school kids in general and look beyond just the Riverside community so that we can incorporate as many people as we can and let them know that UCR is here for them and UCR is the best school to come to.
And Kevin Chow.
Could you please repeat the question one more time?
Yeah. The question is that 17% of enrolled students who enrolled in UCR in 2014 came from Riverside County, which is second only to Los Angeles County. What would you do as outreach director to ensure that UCR has a strong relationship with primary and secondary feeder schools in Riverside County?
So within the Riverside Unified School District, there are around 7 high schools around the area, and there are a lot more middle schools also. There's elementary schools within the Riverside County. There's so many schools. One way that we can make a connection between UCR and our community is through the associated students. Through the associated students, there's always middle schoolers, there's always elementary schools coming around here for tour trips, and we all see them. Things that ASUCR, we're not connected to them as we should be. We don't make that connection to them through these programs. So what I want to do is I want to implement ASUCR into associate students. So when these students come onto our campus, we're able to get involved with them. We're able to show them what UCR is like and show them what UCR has to offer them. Because UCR is a land of opportunities, to be honest. And there's so many opportunities that we have all taken. Everyone standing here has taken on an opportunity. You have taken an opportunity, and everyone sitting here as well. And I want these students within the Riverside County, Riverside District, to come and see how many students that Riverside has affected. One thing that I want to do, I want to have a bucket list. But instead of a bucket list, I want to show of the question, I want to say, what has UCR given to you? Or what has UCR opened up opportunities to? So we could physically see what UCR has done for these students.
Thank you very much. We'll now go to our audience submitted question, which is, what initiatives that current ASUCR members headed do you like and would you like to continue? And we'll start with Beatriz.
So the current initiative that actually just got passed through at the end of last quarter, if anybody remembers, was the food pantry. It's something that I think explains perfectly what needs to be changed about ASUCR. I want to make sure that we're not a reactionary student body. I want to make sure that we go out there and we're not only outreaching to clubs, but in general to the student, to the whole entire student community, and seeing what you need and not waiting for these issues to boil up and you come to us angry. If we're going to be here to represent you, we need to go out and seek you, not make it a one-way street where we just wait in our offices for you. So that's something that I really want to change in ASUCR. And the food pantries initiative was a really great thing that passed through. I've been talking with Dani Lopez, who spearheaded the campaign, but he's not the only one behind it. It's a group effort by a lot of amazing people. There's still a lot of work to be done, and I want to help them push that into completion. And the goal for that is to get it started by the beginning of next year. We need to realize that there's a lot of students on campus who are skipping meals because they don't have the money for them. We need to realize that these students may not feel comfortable voicing these concerns to us. So this is something that we need to go out there and seek, and we need to actively go out there, and issues like these that people may be ashamed of talking about or maybe afraid to talk about because they don't know if anybody else is going through them, we need to be the active voice to seek out these problems.
Thank you very much. Kevin Chow?
Okay, could you please repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, the question is, what is a current project that a current member of ASUCR headed that you like and would like to continue?
I'm sorry, but I have to agree with you because the food pantry is something that we did bring up. Other parties I know brought up as well. The food pantry, I believe that even I'm skipping meals. I'm pretty sure everyone else here is skipping meals just to save money. I currently work for the UCPD. I'm a community service officer, and the money that I make goes into, one check goes into rent, the other has to last me the entire month. So I've been skipping on so many meals. The food pantry is a great opportunity for other students to actually save their money, pocket themselves, and spend it on something else to open up new opportunities, as in putting in money into other organizations, other clubs. And by saving this money, like this world, to be honest, it runs on money. Like wherever we stand at, we strive. We're in college to make a better education, to have a better career, to have a better life, and that's just the way our economy is as of right now.
Last year, there was a project that the outreach director and the president were working on. It was the Art Schools program, and basically they were taking the school and the funding away for the children at this at this school, and there was, being taken away. And things like that is what we need to focus on. We need to focus on local schools around UCR and make sure that they don't go through the same problems that they had last year, and just make sure that they have funding for kids to promote talents like in the arts, just like what happened last year. And that's one of the things that we could focus on this year, and just make sure that the local schools is united with UCR, and we are helping them and encouraging them to promote their talents with the kids there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much to all of our outreach director candidates, Kevin Chow of Our Voice, Beatriz Bermudez of PAC, and Simona Shore of YOUCR. Thank you very much. And we're done with all the candidates now, and I'm going to pass the microphone back to Abraham Gavon.
Okay, so thank you all for coming out. I want to thank the Highlander again for moderating the debate and for covering it. I also want to reiterate the thanks to all the candidates for participating. And especially thanks to all of you for coming out and watching the debate. We hope that you come out to the next debates. It'll be the next 2 Wednesdays. The following debate is the executive cabinet officers, the vice presidents, and the debate after that will be the president's debate. Thank you.